right there. You heard the laughter between the new history-making Vice President Kamala Harris, the former now Vice President Mike Pence. Laughter on the steps of a building. 1 week ago, Donald Trump was impeached for a second time. 2 weeks ago, it was under attack, and some of the Trump supporters going in were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." What an important moment. Again, can Joe Biden's message of unity last? What will happen in the days ahead when he's having policy fights and the like? We will get to all of that. Today is so important in this changing of the guard, and for Democrats watching who may not have a great view of Mike Pence, in the end, he decided it was important to do the right thing. This would traditionally be Donald Trump and Joe Biden walking down those steps. Joe Biden saying thank you and farewell to the former president. Donald Trump, for whatever reason, you can insert your own, decided he did not be here. He disrespected tradition, disrespected norms. So instead, we see the new vice president, again, a history-making vice president, saying farewell, thank you, and sharing a laugh, Wolf, with Mike Pence. Again, after the past 4 years of partisan divide, after the wave, you see the wave there. As Jake noted earlier, it's just a little more than a week ago, Mike Pence was still trying to support the president's case that there was fraud in the election. Whatever. We can, again, litigate that another day. On this day, and in recent days, he has decided to do the right thing. And here you see just the passing of the torch. It's not the image we're supposed to be seeing. This should be former President Trump getting onto a helicopter to leave town. But he decided he did not want to be part of this great American tradition. Mike Pence came. You see the wave there. Part of what the new president, Joe Biden, is trying to signal that, yes, we're in the middle of these colliding crises, the pandemic, a struggling economy, the political divide. 2 weeks ago today, an attempted insurrection. But can we try? Can we just try to talk to each other, to respect each other, to work out our differences politely? Again, the history there, too, of Kamala Harris, first woman of color as vice president of the United States, a very important part. What an amazing picture on this powerful day.
And was part of the theme that the president of the United States, President Biden, set, which is basically when he said, "We will get through this together." And then he repeated a line he has often said, and there we see the vice president and her husband, Doug Emhoff, walking back up these stairs. But he said, "I will fight as hard for those who didn't support me as those who did." Very important effort to try to reestablish some sort of unity in this country, Jake. It's going to be difficult. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely, and what could have been a more beautiful demonstration of the idea of hope and a new era of turning a page from a period in this country that was dark and desperate for so many people because of the coronavirus, because of divisions in this country, because of white supremacist violence, because of the violence we saw 2 weeks ago. Then the youngest inaugural poet ever, Amanda Gorman, who is either 22 or 23, we're not quite sure, and just summed up with emotion and beautiful eloquence the idea of what this country came close to losing a couple weeks ago. It's not easy to write an inaugural poem, but she not only did, but she and delivered it with tremendous poise and grace, but she also, it was incredibly relevant and timely.
And it was timely because, according to the New York Times,